This one's for WWE champions. Pay to win like every day, yeah.
I don't play mobile games.
Funny how they still think I'm a broke man.
Then I'm broke.
Even though I be pulling Hogan's. I spent like 40 grand on a couple thousand pictures of some sweaty men.
First off, ladies and gentlemen, if you can believe it, which I can't believe it, 13 straight streams where I have crushed the support goals. 13 straight streams where we have hit all of my tips goals, and people have continuously supported the channel with things like super chats, memberships, and gifted memberships. This is huge. It's lasted about a week now. That's about a week of streams, okay? That's amazing. If we keep this momentum going throughout the fall, like I said, this could literally be life-changing, but we have to see if the momentum can be kept. I'll be honest with you. I'm skeptical. Why? Because this happened once before. Several years ago, when I was going through a really bad time of my life, financially, I had the vest streak. It came out of nowhere. It was unexpected, and it totally helped me out for an extended period of time. And then it finally ended, which I knew it would. But it lasted something like 230 streams or something insane like that. Okay? But I knew it was fleeting. I knew that it was eventually going to end. Okay? So when I see this, I'm like, well, I've kind of been there, done that before, and I kind of know that it's going to end. And every day, I'm going to be honest, it lingers over me. Well, today's the day. And it's not the end of the world if it does. But man, it's been a wild ride. This last week and a half has been so crazy and so much fun. And it's such a different vibe when you have a whole new crowd in here and we're having a great time interacting, chilling, and people are supporting in droves, right? So thank you for that. And yes, absolutely, I would like to keep this going. In fact, someone just said in chat right before, it was actually Sarah had said this in chat right before we had started. He said, you know, I made an observation. I'm watching you play Black Myth Wukong. And the last several streams you played Black Myth Wukong, you hit your support goals on the podcast before you even booted the game. Then when you booted the game, you were able to basically be totally focused on the game. And it allowed you to immerse yourself in the game, to enjoy the game more, to learn it better. And I can tell that it's a better experience. And like, yeah, because listen, this is my hobby, but it's also my job. What I make on a stream is literally what I use to pay my bills, to support my family. You know, if I have a stream that's very slow or dead, that genuinely affects me in a negative way. And not to say that it's a huge deal to have one slow stream, right? But abso-freaking-lutely, if I have a stream where, let's say, everything is slow, we're not hitting the goals, it nags me. I have to keep mentioning it because you have to bring it up, right? Like last night with Street Fighter, we hit all the goals, but we hit it last minute. So all night, I had to keep bringing it up. I didn't want to. I just wanted to play the game. It would have been great to just focus on the game, but it took all night, but we did do it. We hit it by the end. We crushed it. In fact, we exceeded it because a bunch of people last minute contributed to hit the goal, and then boom, we exceeded it because of that. But that's what I mean. If you can just get it out of the way, then I can actually be focused on everything else that I'm doing on the stream. And the difference here is compare that to what I used to do before I was an interactive live streamer who was reliant on stream income. Every day, I wasn't streaming at all. I would just come down, sit down with a camera in front of me and point it at the TV. And I'd be like, it doesn't matter what I play. It doesn't matter what I'm doing or what I say. People like me and watch my content. I get tons of views on YouTube, and that equates to big ad revenue dollars. So I don't have to worry whatsoever. As long as I put out videos today, I am gold. And I would sit there and I would have absolutely, positively, no worries whatsoever. And that's why the gameplay back then probably feels a lot different than what you've seen in the last 7 years, where I am daily reliant on hitting goals and raising funds to pay for everything, right? The ad revenue exists, and it's okay. But it really is that what I raise on streams, that ends up being the bread and butter, the life's blood of my family and my income, right? So Sarah's observation is absolutely dead on correct. That if I hit my goals early, I can have a relaxed, laid-back stream, focused on the game, interacting with you guys, and I don't even have to mention anything. And then if more people support, great, right? So, yeah, you know, but that's the thing, like, it's so weird to see this, and it's so weird because, yes, I'm very happy, but again, in the back of my mind, I get that nagging feeling that today is the day, right? Today is the day, and I don't think today is the day. I'll be honest, because today's a great day. Will you hear what we got in store for you guys today? Between Black with Wukong and the very special Chained Together co-op stream with Kino Casino later tonight, I think today's going to be a great day, okay? But I digress. Yeah, so first of all, one of the changes that I've instituted is that I'm going to do shout-outs as soon as contributions come in on this show. That way they're not waiting till the end, and people feel like they're actually getting the credit for what they're doing to support this content. So right now, I just had 2 contributions come in that I would like to shout out. We start off with a whopping generous $50 tip from Piff343. Let's get that goal out of the way right now. So thank you, Piff. Our very first contribution of the day is a ginormous $50 contribution. Absolutely, we just crushed the first goal immediately. That's amazing because we just started the show. We're not even 15 minutes in. Now, if only I could find the leaderboard to update it. There it is. Okay. Cool. Very nice. And so that's Gunner Glasses right off the bat. I'll put them on, but, you know, I want honest feedback from you guys. If I have the Gunner Glasses on and I'm doing the podcast, does it bother you? Because the ring light reflects right directly off of these, right back at you. And I know that typically when you watch something, you look at someone's eyes. And if it's bothering you guys, I don't have to wear the Gunner Glasses during the podcast. I can put them on when I begin with gameplay. So I would absolutely love your feedback on that one. Because I don't think I've ever really asked. Okay, so please let me know. Glasses or no glasses, I will absolutely put them on after the podcast if this bothers you guys, okay? It doesn't bother me to wear them, but I don't know if it's bothering you guys, okay? Let's see what people have to say. I think the Gunner Glasses are a weak point. You want different glasses. Well, that's another thing entirely. We can discuss different kinds of glasses. A lot of people say doesn't mind. I don't mind what you do. Some people are saying put them on now. Some people are saying put them on later. It's a big mix in the chat from what I can see. After the podcast is fine. Vic says, why'd you change the King's Tax to the King's Tips? Because when I said King's Tax, it was confusing. For example, someone would be like, oh, I want to hit the tax goal. And they would do a contribution via Super Chat. And the Super Chat isn't a tip. So it wouldn't count towards that leaderboard. And then a person would be like, oh, I didn't know. And I kind of got fooled. I don't want to be fooling people on my stream. You understand? I'm a very transparent guy. I don't want people getting the wrong notion. And then they're like, oh, disappointment because they supported, but it didn't count towards the goal we're trying to hit today. You know what I mean? So making it called the King's Tips makes a lot more sense because then you know it's a tip via PayPal that I'm counting on that leaderboard. Okay? Okay, second contribution of the day. A $5 tip from Shady, who says, keep cooking king. Thank you very much, Shady, for a $5 tip this morning. I very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you.
You got some idiot named DSP who's a total piece of shit, by the way. I like to get that on YouTube.